Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to your daily dose of Star Wars. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that all of you are having a very great day. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about how involved will Luke be in Episode 9, or the conclusion of the Skywalker family saga. It's no secret that Luke was essentially non-existent visually in The Force Awakens, other than the whole plot revolving around him, and Mark as an actor didn't have that big of a role for both of these films thus far in the sequel trilogy that he was in, compared to the new generation cast members. Although despite this, he was still pivotal in the plot, especially in the conclusion of The Last Jedi. Mark did have a lot of physical training to get in shape for this role of Luke Skywalker to reprise this iconic role. However, he continues to joke about in interviews how he did all of this work for The Force Awakens, lost all of this weight, got in shape, worked out like crazy, to turn his hood for 40 seconds on screen, and that was all he did. And he continues to joke about that in interviews, saying in The Force Awakens how when the lightsaber was about to be gone out of the snowbank that he was like, oh, here I come, and it turns out that it was just Rey getting it and then beginning to fight Kylo Ren. Despite this, we know that Mark Hamill will be in Episode 9, as StarWars.com has officially confirmed that some of the cast members are returning, and Mark Hamill is one of them. Now the question here we have is Mark Hamill is going to be shooting Nightfall Season 2, which is going to be on the History Channel. It already had a Season 1, it's been renewed for Season 2, and he's going to be playing the character of a knight. Not a Jedi Knight, but just a knight. And this is not a Star Wars show in development, this is nothing to do with Star Wars, this is its own thing on the History Channel. And this show is actually shooting in Prague, and Episode 9 is shooting in London at Pinewood Studios. Good news is this is essentially only a 2-hour plane ride on a good day with good weather and everybody's schedule running smoothly, and this could give Mark the opportunity to go back and forth between sets at the same time for the same day, depending on his role and how much his involvement is in both projects on camera. Luckily though, JJ will probably shoot Luke's scenes for Episode 9 around Mark's filming schedule because, you know, he's Mark Hamill. You're gonna include Luke Skywalker in your movie or fans are gonna riot, because some fans are still rioting that Luke has been killed off and that they are going to be boycotting Episode 9. But despite the fact Mark Hamill is going to be in Episode 9, it's just his involvement might be more limited in the sense that it might be more of Alec Guinness in Return of the Jedi. But it is also likely that Disney knew about this involvement before the announcement was even made that Mark would be participating in Nightfall Season 2, so that this would give them the opportunity to plan ahead. Considering Mark was under contract for the following film, it makes sense that Disney would be planning ahead in the sense that they would have to know other projects that he was involved in order to contemplate and to schedule the filming for Episode 9 to the best of everyone's abilities. And since he's Mark Hamill, and he's probably still going to be playing a big role in the plot revolving around him, considering The Force Awakens was all about finding him, The Last Jedi was all about bringing him back, and what I assume is going to happen is Rey is going to be seeking guidance from him on where to go in the galaxy next and how to kind of operate, considering she is essentially now the last Jedi. Luke's role in Episode 9, in my experience and in my research, is likely going to be as a Force Ghost. It only makes sense that Luke would continue to be a Force Ghost, as after Yoda and Obi-Wan died in the original trilogy, they became Force Ghosts with minor roles in the following films that they would appear in. Also the same with Darth Vader. In Return of the Jedi, he did get that slight cameo now with Hayden Christensen as a Force Ghost back. You know, even though he didn't say anything and it was just Revenge of the Sith put in there, it's still a fact that it's a common thing that every character who passes away that's kind of like a more major role in the story has come back as a Force Ghost in some sense. Even Qui-Gon Jinn has been back as a Force Ghost, even though it was in the Clone Wars, that is still canon. So it makes sense that Luke will be back as well, especially considering that Rey will need guidance. She hasn't figured it all out yet. Of course, she does have everything she needs with the Force books in the Falcon, that she took those right before the tree was burning, and Luke decided to try and go get him, and Yoda already knew that they were gone. Yoda's involvement in The Last Jedi helped to shake Luke's character arc for the end of the film and being what Rey needed him to be in a much bigger way than she actually wanted. Rey said, "I need you to come help me," but Luke said, "I can't." Yoda told him, "You need to," and Luke decided to do it in a bigger way than Rey thought possible. To conclude this video, it's likely that Luke will be involved in Episode 9 in the sense that he will be a Force ghost rather than a flashback, and it's also likely that he will only probably be in 1 or 2, and at most 3 scenes of this film, likely dealing with Rey, but perhaps dealing with Kylo Ren. Maybe in 1 scene, but other than that, 0. Considering Supreme Leader Snoke is dead, Kylo Ren is the leader of the First Order, and with that being the case, General Hux is now his wingman. And other than Kylo Ren's Darth Vader shrine, there is no one he can turn to get advice on what to do with his powers and his Force abilities. Of course, he's probably arrogant in the sense that he has everything he needs in order to win this fight and crush the Resistance, but this could be an opportunity for Luke to go and talk to Ben, the real Ben Solo behind the mask of Kylo Ren the monster. So let me know what you guys think about Luke's involvement in Episode 9. Do you want him to be a Force ghost? Do you want it to be a flashback? Which characters do you want him to interact with, and how much of the movie do you think he will be in? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another episode of Star Wars Coffee, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace be with you.